So there's this new opportunity that it has either already been presented to you or is on its way in. I think for most of you, it's like on its way in, but you're kind of expecting it. And there's a level of preparedness that this collective is expressing or experiencing that I think is different, because it's contrasted by this anticipation, this like anticipatory energy that I feel like is a little bit less confidence. Like anticipation on its own is not like a negative, it doesn't feel negative, but when it's placed next to preparedness, it does have a bit of anxiety attached to it. But I see Three of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Sun, happiness, new opportunities, starting over. Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There was, in the last pull, the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I almost wonder if there's like a moral issue that this collective is facing, or like a sense of I'm seeing that like anticipation card again. And so anticipation sitting under preparedness is anticipation. And what's funny is confidence is under that. And I was talking about the confidence part of this. So I think that there is something, it maybe is like a double-edged sword, maybe not, the Fool here. But I kind of wonder if there's like a cost, or if there's like a trade-off to this situation. I don't know. Let me get more. Hang on. So I did get the Fool again with the Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords. I think that confidence energy that I said feels new is again like contrasted with the anticipation. So there's this form or version of you that I feel like the collective hasn't fully moved past yet. Like, I don't want to use the word like released or let go of or whatever, because that's not how this feels. Like, this feels like a very natural transformation or evolution or transition from one version that you carried for so long to another version. And it feels like holistic. So this is like a mindset thing, right? This is like how you look at yourself. Things have changed. How you see yourself, things have changed. And it could also be that the people around you have changed. And so because the people around you are different, you're moving different, right? But I have the Hierophant in the Two of Wands here, and that kind of threw me off. We're going to get a little bit more about that. 2, 3, 4 on the timer. So there's this like ascending, climbing energy. I've also been seeing 3, 2, 1, Five of Cups, the Hierophant, the Two of Wands, Five of Cups. There's like a leadership thing here. The Eight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. If you're being put into a leadership position or a position of authority in any capacity, I think that any lapse in confidence or faith in yourself is what's being brought up here. There might be a part of you that is still saying like, am I ready yet? And that's also speaking to like the 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, as I say that, that's funny. And then I've also been seeing like mixed numbers, like 3, 1, 2, right? And so there's almost like this, like the path of ascension or evolution for this collective has kind of been, it's almost like it's coming into cohesion now. Like it's all coming together, like the final form is being unveiled or unleashed or seen. And that also speaks to this like Fool energy. You're stepping out again, you're doing the thing again. 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups. And I noticed I'm saying again, and that was not like intentional, right? There's not really anything here that was, like maybe the 6 of Cups, but like 3 of Cups and 4 of Cups, I feel like there's people that you're leaving behind here. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, very intentionally like, well, what's next? So there are people that you're bringing forward. And maybe, what's funny is I wonder if it's like in Mean Girls, where it's like Lindsay Lohan found herself as like the leader of the plastics, and she's like, am I the leader now, or whatever word that she used? Hang on. Empress at the bottom of the deck, home, success, guardianship, boundaries, guardianship. Home is about nesting. And the way that I'm seeing this in the context of this reading is that like you have prepared. So there's like that preparation energy again. You have prepared space in your life, or this version of yourself, this evolved version of you, that like it's almost like you're comfortable. That Nine of Pentacles was at the bottom of the deck a few minutes ago. Like you're comfortable moving in this new way. Yeah, to what I said about like the way that you're moving, you are carrying yourself different. And so now this kind of awareness, you're just being asked to guard yourself. That Three of Cups and Four of Cups energy, you're going to have to continue saying no to people. I wonder if there's any one person in particular that you need to say no to. Page of Cups. People are going to be, I think, increasingly curious about you. Yeah, Page of Cups in the World with the Sun at the bottom of the deck. Wow. The kind of curiosity that you once extended toward people of authority, this kind of like almost maybe a little bit of pedestalizing energy, people are now going to extend that to you. And so if you are in a position of if you're like eating that up, like if you're over here like enjoying people being, it's one thing to enjoy or appreciate other people's appreciation of you. But there's something, it feels a little bit like vampiric, because it's like you're no longer, like you were once that person, and not to say that like you were vampiric at that time, but you do, assuming that person that you were looking up to was a healthy role model, you would have been, maybe fawning a little bit, and they would have been able to take advantage of that in their way. And so I think that what's coming through in their own way. And so I think that what's coming through here is about leading by example and doing it different. This is kind of hard. Two of Pentacles and the Empress. And so maybe maybe that confidence and that anticipation and that like preparation, those energies kind of like swirling around each other, and like the subtle differences, the little nuances, and how it applies to your life, right? That faith in yourself is like of utmost importance here, because this is a collective that is going to be setting an example, or going to be put in a place of like where you have the opportunity to set examples. People are going to be looking at you. And you want to do this like in a way that is integral. The Chariot and the Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Wow. So, and perhaps, okay. So the use of your voice and your awareness of like people who can stay and people who have to go. I think there's a part of this collective that is, that confidence is very like, we're calling a spade, but the awareness of like, I don't want to make people feel outcasted, or I don't want to create a divide that is harmful. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, right? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't think that kind of concern is really required here. I think that you can move gracefully through this transition and kind of assert your authority here without really concerning yourself. It's not that you're not concerning yourself with how other people feel. It's more so that you're not concerning yourself with the fallout, the emotional fallout of your decision. Like you're making decisions for you, right? And I'm assuming because of the kind of authority that you're being given, that there's like a higher purpose in mind, right? There's like a regality here. So either you're like leading a group, or you're like supervising something, or you're working on something that's bigger than you. You're speaking on behalf of something that's bigger than you. So like that sense of purpose needs to be your primary focus. And this shift in mindset is, the subtleties there are really important, because, there's difference between like regality and like authoritarianism, right? And the real marker of like the difference is your own compassion. Are you in the seat of the Empress, or is it reversed Empress? Is it reversed Emperor, right? Are we being controlling, or are we safeguarding what's important here, right? If we're looking at guardianship, boundaries, home, right? It's like the intention is to safeguard what is important. We're not letting people take from what you have created and what you are creating, right? We're not going to let people siphon from that in one way or another. And even if it's something small, this is coming through here, even if it's something small, right? If you're noticing it, you don't need to be brutal, but you do need to put up a boundary.